सलाम, नमस्ते, सत श्री अकाल, आदाब, याली मदद। मैं आपका होस्ट जलाल आपकी खिदमत में हाजिर। जी आप सब देख रहे हैं सलाम नमस्ते कैनेडा टीवी ऑन चक दे टीवी। हस्ब मामूल हमारा ब्रांड न्यू शो आपके लिए हाजिर है। दुनिया में हज़ारों बच्चे रोज़ जन्म लेते हैं और ऊपर वाले की मेहरबानी देखिए कि अपना जो है किसी न किसी बच्चे में कोई ना कोई जो है स्किल डाल देता है। कोई बड़ा के डॉक्टर बनता है, कोई इंजीनियर बनता है, कोई लॉयर बनता है, या तो कोई टीवी होस्ट बनता है और ऐसे कितने होंगे जो स्पोर्ट्स फील्ड में भी जाते हैं। जी हाँ, आज का जो हमारा ताल्लुक है, आज का जो प्रोग्राम है हमारा, वो स्पोर्ट्स फील्ड के बारे में, स्पोर्ट्स इवेंट के बारे में। लेकिन सबसे पहले मेरे जो टीम मेंबर जो है मेरे साथ, मेरे को होस्ट सलमा जी, अकबर जी, मल्टी टैलेंटेड, कैसे हैं आप?
सबसे पहले हमारे सारे देखने वालों को सलाम नमस्ते आदाब, याली मदद, गुड मॉर्निंग और गुड इवनिंग वेरेवर यू आर वाचिंग। और अकबर आप
एब्सोल्युटली
सलाम दुआ कर
हमेशा
लीजिए।
की तरह हमें इस दिन का इंतज़ार रहता है सलमा
जरूर,
जलाल भाई, क्योंकि एक दफ़ा लाइक वो कहते हैं ना कि लाइक किसी से कहा गया कि लाइक शोबीज़ के अंदर जो लाइक लोग होते हैं उनको किस बात का इंतज़ार रहता है, तो वो हमेशा अपनी ऑडियंस का इंतज़ार करते हैं,
बिल्कुल
उनके देखने और सुनने वालों का। तो दोस्तों, जितना आपको बेसब्री से इंतज़ार होता है उससे कहीं गुना ज़्यादा हम तीनों को इंतज़ार होता है। तो सलाम नमस्ते, सलाम नमस्ते, सत श्री अकाल,
अब बता भी दीजिए BBS क्या होता है।
शुक्रिया,
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया।
चलो ये तो हाँ, जो हमारा हंसी मजाक जो है नॉर्मल होता है, लेकिन आज जो है हमारे साथ बहुत ही स्पेशल गेस्ट भी हैं। आप देख रहे होंगे जी, आपको जैसे पता होगा कि पिछले जुलाई में स्माइली गेम्स हुई थी जो कि दुबई में मुनक्किद हुई थी, और वहाँ पे हमारी कनाडा की टीम भी वहाँ गई थी, और बल्कि वहाँ पे 32 मुल्कों से अलग अलग टीम्स आई हुई थी। तो हमारी जो कनाडा की जो टीम थी उनकी नेशनल कोऑर्डिनेटर मिस्टर सैफा कूनर आज हमारे साथ मौजूद है। सैफा, हाउ आर यू?
I'm well, so happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
No, thanks for coming. And we'll send you the bill very soon, very soon, so then you'll be very happy.
You won't bankrupt me, will you?
No. So Saifa, talk about you first, of course, because we want to know about you, because I'll be very honest. Like I was the kind of the member of your team, when we went to the Dubai, and when I heard there is a name, Saifa Kooner, and I didn't know that who's Saifa. And Salma told me, she's from Calgary. I was like, oh geez, I don't even know her. So of course, like our viewers, they don't know that much about you as well. So please tell us about yourself a little bit.
Well, yeah, I had the privilege of serving as the national coordinator for Jubilee Games, representing Canada, Team Canada, and we'll talk a little bit more about that.
Right.
But professionally, I am the president and CEO of the Alberta Children's Hospital Foundation. And the foundation is the fundraising arm for the Alberta Children's Hospital here in Calgary, but the fundraising arm for child health within our area. So our focus is to raise money to improve care and research for children. And I have the pleasure of serving in this role.
So how long have you been affiliated with the Children's Hospital?
So, many would say I've grown up in that foundation. I'm going on 20 years
wow, nice.
at the Alberta Children's Hospital Foundation, but 8 years in this role as president and CEO. And so it really has been a gift to be part of this organization and watching the organization grow over these many years.
Okay, so for our viewers, just let us know that what exactly the Children's Foundation do.
So as a foundation, our mandate is to raise funds. But in raising funds, we have to ensure that we invest them in priorities of the hospital, ensuring that we invest in research, invest in clinical programs and family-centered care initiatives to ensure that children in our community receive the best possible care.
Great.
And often I will tell our donor community and people like yourselves that we have a great hospital.
For
but
sure.
to make it an outstanding facility requires the generosity of our community.
True.
And it is only through the generosity of our community that children receive the very best care. It's the only way that we can find new cures and better treatment for our children. And every year, 92,000 children are cared for each and every year. They walk through those doors, and these children and their families rely on the care.
Yeah. So true, yeah, because my husband works at the Children's Hospital,
Absolutely.
so I come to know a lot about it. That's why when I told them, I said, she wears lots of hats. It's not only she was a coordinator for the national games, but I told them, I said, we have to know a little bit more about and let our viewers know more about her. So it's good to know, and I'm glad that we are all sitting down here and talking about you and national games. So Akbar, do you like to?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Saifa has, like Jalal Bhai said, like it's an honor for us to have you on our show.
Yeah.
I think a person with your caliber, like with great amount of experience in this specific area, to have them on our show, it's our pleasure. I have a specific question, because you actually work towards like the children, and they are the future of our society. How research is important? How much research is important in that specific area? And is there any specific recent research that you guys have conducted or planning to do, which could actually benefit Alberta's children?
Yeah, I think there's this line that says every cure begins with research. And so for us at the Children's Hospital, you can only improve care by investing in research. And so, and that would be for all children's hospitals, across North America, around the world. And so for us at the Children's, we focus on a few priority areas. We have been focusing in the area of brain health for children, in cancer, what we call life-saving care, which is focusing on the sickest of sickest children, on genomics and on healthy living. So we have a number of priorities, and we invest in providing startup dollars for recruitment for our researchers so that they can focus in areas like brain health or in cancer and genomics, so that we can, look for new treatment modalities, new cures, but just better ways of caring for our kids. So ultimately, you take what happens in the lab, which is where research occurs, and even in the hospitals, and ensure that that translates into better care. They talk about bench to bedside, and that's what we want to do, is ultimately improve outcomes for our children.
Yeah, of course.
This is very important. Like, and I have a related question to that. So this is basically because nowadays, like around the world, like whatever is going to be discovered in Canada, people around the world are going to benefit from that.
Absolutely.
So what are the things like you guys actually do at your end to make sure that that benefit just doesn't stay within Alberta? It actually has linkages throughout the world, especially the third world countries.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's the beauty of research. It's the exportability of research. That what we discover here, whether it's in Calgary or other parts of Canada or around the world, all children benefit. And that's, that is the gift of, what our researchers are trying to provide is better treatment, better cure, so everyone around the world benefits. But it's not only one way. There are wonderful projects underway in other parts of the world that we benefit from.
Exactly.
And the world of pediatrics, certainly my world is very small. It's fundraising as it relates to child health or pediatrics. But the world of pediatrics is small. And so everyone wants to work together. And there is this real notion of collaboration and partnership in this world of pediatrics, whether you're a clinician, whether you're a scientist, whether you're a researcher, and even if you're a fundraiser. I work very closely with people around North America and other parts of the world, where how do we provide the better care, better opportunities for children.
So nicely said.
That's
Yeah,
very
for
nice.
sure. Yeah.
And like our the government of Canada and His Highness Prince Karim Aga Khan, so they signed a contract on early childhood. And then if you look at the economy right now, the way it's going right now, so what kind of change, what kind of challenges are you guys facing to raise funds?
Yeah, no, it's a very good question. I mean, times are tough. We've got lots of headwinds in our
That's
economy
right.
right
That's
now.
right.
And just speaking for, I guess, Calgary, I would say certainly the donations have been tougher. But what hasn't changed is the community's support
Right.
Yeah.
for children's health. It's support for Alberta Children's Hospital. So maybe the donations are smaller. Certainly we're experiencing that. But the community continues to rally around
Awesome.
the Alberta Children's Hospital.
Yeah.
And I think that would be true around the world. Again, people, want to do what they can. And that's what we're seeing. Even, just last night I was at an event for the Alberta Children's Hospital. I was so surprised by the number of people that came
Right.
out. And many said, look, I won't be able to give what I did maybe last year or the year before, but I want to show my support. And
Amazing.
we need the
Amazing,
community
isn't
to
it?
stand
Yeah.
shoulder to shoulder, and that's what they do,
Yeah. And
regardless
so-
of the economy.
I've been waiting for this one for last 3 months.
No, I know.
Yes, you can see that, it's all
Yes.
about Jubilee Games now.
Well, yes.
So tell us about, Jubilee Games. When, so let's start from the beginning. When you received the first call, start from there. What happened?
My goodness, yeah. I remember getting the call, I think it was April of 2015.
15.
So a year before the games, a little over a year,
Right.
asking if I would take on the role of national coordinator. And for sure I was definitely honored and a little intimidated.
Yeah.
I don't think I understood the enormity of the
Yes,
of the
yes,
role.
no doubt.
But it was just, I knew it would be an experience of a lifetime, and I was very humbled by the opportunity. And really, we didn't have a lot of time to kick into high gear. We had to build the infrastructure around our team, and we had a national sports tournament, as you are aware, in the summer of 2015. And that was the starting point. From there, we selected our team.
Our team.
And we had a delegation of over 300 athletes and our coaches and our managers, and really representing the largest delegation of all the over 25 countries that participated in the games. So very delighted to have been part of that.
Wow.
Nice.
So what was your biggest challenge did you faced getting everything together, the athletes, and Canada is so big, there are athletes all over. So what did you find was your biggest challenge?
It's a really good question. I think it was exactly as you say. It's
Yeah.
the challenge of bringing together so many athletes. First of all, selecting who is
Yeah.
going to represent
Yeah,
Canada.
that's hard.
We had 15 sports, so
Yeah.
team sports, individual sports.
Yeah.
But I think it's also the geography of Canada. We, we have Ismaili Muslims across the country,
Yeah.
from coast to coast. So to actually bring them together, create that unity,
Yeah.
create that excitement, prepare them for the games. That I think was, a challenge, because you want to ensure that these athletes are prepared as best as they can,
Yeah.
but also are excited and that's the responsibility that you
Yeah,
shoulder
of
to
course,
ensure that
towards your country,
experience
yeah.
is the best that it can be, and that we represent Canada to the rest of the world
yeah.
with real sportsmanship, with humility, with excellence, and that was a tall order.
Yeah. So if I'm not mistaken, we were the largest team from
Largest
Canada.
group,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, so of all the countries,
Yeah.
Canada was the largest delegation.
Yeah.
So close to about 325 athletes and coaches and managers. 2,000 athletes worldwide were there,
Yeah.
which is absolutely phenomenal. And to think that this tournament, this Ismaili Muslim community organized tournament, was all volunteer based.
Yeah.
Yes.
We had over 14,000 spectators in this one host city of Dubai. We had over 2,000 volunteers.
That's right.
It was absolutely just an unbelievable effort that came together over a course of, for me, a year, but there's people that have been
Yeah.
working on it much, much longer.
Yeah.
Wow,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
amazing.
Isn't it?
I mean, like an event like this kind of magnitude, like of events, like I think like that's amazing. And I'm sure like Saifa, you have like a lot of things like where you actually say like these were the lessons learned during the project, and basically these were the opportunities. But I'm actually trying to go on the other side of the coin and basically ask you that this event is done. We have tremendous amount of talent in sporting areas, right? What do you expect? What will be the outcome of that? Because there are actually sport athletes who are actually international level sports athlete.
Absolutely.
Like, have you guys actually talked about that? Like, we have tremendous talent within our Ismaili community. Like, what are we going to do about that?
No, absolutely. And I mean, if we think back to why these games were actually started,
Yeah, that's
His
right.
Highness the Aga Khan initiated these games
Yeah.
following his golden jubilee a number of years ago, with the intent to develop, promote, and sustain world-class athletes, because it is well known that we have hundreds and thousands of very exceptionally talented athletes from around the world.
Right.
And it was his vision that we would be able to promote excellence in our athletes. And so we've had games in 2008, as you might recall, that were held in Kenya.
Yeah.
And then these games in 2016 in Dubai. And the goal is that these games are going to be held every 4 years.
Oh,
Every
wow,
4 years.
nice.
Every 4 years. So the next games will be in 2020. But we think about these games really, I mean, took the Smiley community and our athletes to another level. And we can only continue to build on that
Yeah.
and so
Right.
and achieve new heights.
Yeah.
And so between now and 2020, we think about how we can foster this talent. How do we continue to engage our athletes, engage our coaches, our current athletes, but our next generation of
Yeah,
athletes?
that's right.
Yeah.
This is really the vision of His Highness the Aga Khan that I think as an Ismaili community around the world, we are very fortunate to have this foundation now
Right.
that has been laid.
Absolutely.
yeah, that's
And you
so
guys
true.
actually worked really hard. As you said, like this is an amazing event in a way that this is actually all organized by
Yeah.
volunteers.
Yeah.
Like it is actually in itself is a big example
Yeah.
for all the world. Like I
Yeah.
think.
No,
I
I
volunteer.
you know, when I arrived in Dubai, I was shocked. It was so unbelievable to see that we were amongst our brothers and sisters from around the world,
Yeah.
whether you were as an athlete or a spectator or a volunteer. And you know, when I think about that experience, words like brotherhood, sisterhood, unity all came to mind. So yes, we were there to compete. We were there to excel. But there's that common thread that we were all united
Right.
as fellow
Like
Ismaili
one
Muslims,
Ismaili Muslims,
Yeah.
and we
yeah.
were one jamaat.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's so
That's
true.
amazing.
Like you know, when we had our the opening ceremony, when we started to walk out from that Prince Rahim pictures and everything, and you know I can see that then so like we were walking like Salmaji, and of course you were there as well, and we were like we took like so many pictures on the way to the main hall with other countries' athletes. I think that was the best.
Yeah.
I mean, you can imagine.
Yeah.
And then being you, like like of course, when I saw your video, you were standing right in the front line with with our President Talib. And what was your feeling that time when
Yeah.
you were walking in the front and Prince Rahim was right there?
Yeah, it's so funny. Knowing that I was going to be doing this interview with all of you today, I actually watched the opening ceremonies again because I wanted to, it's been
Yeah.
a few months, so I thought I wanted to create
That's
that
right.
feeling again. And, it was the same feeling. I remember standing alongside with our entire delegation and feeling so much pride
Yes.
that here is Team Canada. And
Yeah.
of course, all the other countries waving their
Yeah.
their flags. But that moment of pride,
Yes.
it's really quite undescribable.
Yeah.
And it was a
course.
sea of red.
CEO.
Yeah.
Sea of red. All of us wearing our Team Canada gear. And I think I will never forget that moment. And it was very emotional. I think whether you were a coach or a spectator or a volunteer or one of the athletes or myself as national coordinator, thinking, wow, look at this opportunity to
That's
be
right.
in this environment.
Yes.
Great, yeah. So this is what we are talking about today. Like this event is so memorable, and now after 4 years, now people are now waiting.
Wait.
Yeah. So this has hyped up everyone. People are going to practice more, want to get into the sports more. That was the vision.
Absolutely.
That was the vision of Aga Khan.
Yeah.
That these athletes become the best, and more people take part in it.
Yeah.
And because there is so much unity, and that's everybody comes together, and that's what it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think even in addition to promoting
Yeah.
excellence in
Yeah.
our athletes or in sport, it gives us an opportunity to promote healthy living,
Healthy living.
amongst the members of our
Yeah,
community.
yeah.
So there's so many other benefits. It's
There
an
are,
opportunity
yeah.
to, again, bring our Jamaat together. Sports does that. Sports has this beautiful ability
Yeah.
to transcend culture, geography, gender, and bring people
Yeah.
together.
True, so true, so true.
That's wonderful. I think like I will echo with like what Salma Appa said. This event actually created like a benchmark.
Yeah.
And I believe like the people or the hosting country, like who is going to host the next event, have a huge responsibility and big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's
right.
amazing. I want to actually ask you, like, is there a way, like, I don't know if it is okay with you to share some insight, because I love to actually see our other brothers and for the other event, to see them like in Canada. Is there an opportunity like the next event will be held in like Canada?
You know, it's a good question. I would love for it to be in Canada. But, you know, there is a process that the countries will essentially bid, not dissimilar to sort of the Olympics.
Yeah.
And so the countries will bid,
Yeah.
and it'll be based on, you know, which country
many
puts
things,
forward the best bid for the 2020 games.
So are we bidding?
Let's hope so. I'm sure many of the countries will bid, but there's a number of factors that
Absolutely.
play
That's
into
right.
it.
Factor, you know what they were saying, you know, where, you know, like our Jamaat, because, you know, they come from the third world countries as well, or from the bad area, you know, where they have the problems right now. It's easy for them to come over
Yeah.
here as well.
Definitely.
So, you know,
mobility is an
exactly. So,
issue,
so you know, you
So
might
many.
see them, you know, somewhere in the Europe where, you know, it's easy for
everyone
all
to
of us
go.
to make it there. But you know,
Yeah.
we'll see. I mean, time will tell.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
the time is actually up for
Time
the
is
show.
always, we are short of
Saifa,
time.
we always have this issue.
Yeah.
You know, like whenever our guest comes, and basically there is always, we actually feel like we just started.
Yeah,
and
that's
it's already
right.
ending.
And it's so
Yes.
much fun to talk about these things and to talk to the guest and come to know so much, you know. But we are sorry that it happens all the time. The time runs too fast.
Oh, giving me goosebumps.
Oh, time flies when you're having fun.
That's
You know,
right.
it was an honor. and
Yeah.
of course,
Yeah,
like,
it
it was a
was-
blessing for us to
Well,
be the
thank
part
you.
for the Jubilee
Yep,
Games.
absolutely, for all of us.
और लाइक हमारे लिए सलाम नमस्ते कनाडा टीम और लाइक चक दे टीवी के लिए एक बड़े ऑनर की बात है.
जी.
Sorry Saifa, I'm actually speaking in Urdu so that
I actually caught everything you
Yeah.
said, so yep.
so like चक दे टीवी ने हमेशा, जो कि हमारे प्रोड्यूसर हैं, उन्होंने हमें सपोर्ट किया है. और सलाम नमस्ते कनाडा जो टीम है, जलाल भाई, सलमा आपा और मेरी जानिब से, हमें ऑनर फील होता है जब भी हम गोल्डन जुबली गेम्स की मुनासबत से किसी को लाते हैं. सो आज तो उनकी नेशनल कनाडा टीम की नेशनल कोऑर्डिनेटर हमारे साथ हैं. सो इट्स एन ऑनर फॉर अस. और दोस्तों, ये जो आप सेलफोन मेरे हाथ में देख रहे हैं, वो जस्ट इसलिए कि आज हमारे जो डायरेक्टर हैं वो टाइम नोट करना चाह रहे थे, इसीलिए मैंने रखा था. सो उसके लिए माजरत अगर कहीं पे आपको दिक्कत हुई उसकी वजह से. तो बैक टू जलाल भाई.
So inshallah, okay. So like Saifa, it was nice to have you. It was
Thank
wonderful. Thank you very much.
Sorry it
Yeah.
took so long.
It's okay. And hopefully we'll see you in the next game.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
So इंशाल्लाह तो हमारे यानी कि देखने वाले होपफुली आपको आज का जो है प्रोग्राम अच्छा लगा होगा. आपकी फीडबैक प्लीज़ हमें भेजते रहिए, बहुत अच्छा लगता है हमें. और हमें जो है, हमें अपने आप को जो है करेक्ट करने में जो है काफ़ी हेल्प मिलती है.
जी,
लेकिन जब तक इंशाल्लाह अगले हफ्ते तक मिलेंगे,
सबको
देखते रहिए चक दे टीवी. अल्लाह
खुदा
हाफ़िज़.
हाफिज.